In the Southwest, they love their chili cook-offs, and here in New England, we're a bit competitive over clam chowder. But in Iowa, they love their fried pork tenderloin sandwiches. They even have nicknames for them. Some call them elephant ears because they're as big as a plate. Others call them Iowa skinnies. I like to call them dinner, and I'm going to show you how to make one today. This is a 1-pound pork tenderloin. I want to get rid of the silver skin and any fat. The best way to get rid of silver skin, and you can see it, it kind of looks like, well, it looks silvery, a little skin there. I'm just going to take a boning knife. You want to use a flexible boning knife for this so it doesn't take away a lot of the meat. And you just insert the tip of the knife shallowly under the silver skin, so you go through to the other side, and then just go back. Slice it through, then hold the tenderloin this way and pull it as you slice it off the meat. All right, we don't need to go too crazy there. Little bits of fat is fine. So now we want to cut these into 4 equalish pieces. We're going to make 4 sandwiches today. So this end is a bit broader and this end is tapered. So I'm going to leave this end a little bit longer. You can totally eyeball it here. I won't tell. I'm going to rotate this cut side up. I'm going to cover this with some plastic just to protect it. And now you can use a meat pounder for this. I actually find a rolling pin is easier to pound these things out with. And we're going to pound this out until it's about a 1/4 inch thick. You don't want to go too much thinner than that. You're going to get holes in the center. And now all we need to do is season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. We're seasoning the meat directly. That way it flavors the meat directly. Later on, these are going to get breaded, and we'll add a little bit of seasoning there too. But for now, it's a very good idea to season the meat. Both sides. All right, so I'm going to finish seasoning these. I'll wash my hands, clean up a little bit, and then we'll start breading and frying. Now, pork tenderloin sandwiches are usually breaded with breadcrumbs, and to get those to really stick, you need to use a bound breading, which starts with flour. So this is a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour already in the pan. Now, after it gets dredged in flour, we need to dip it into something wet. I've got 2 eggs here, and remember I said that we were going to season the coating as well. Well, we are, but not with salt and pepper directly. We're using mayonnaise. This is a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And it's kind of a wonder ingredient. It's got eggs and oil, seasoning, salt, pepper, maybe sugar, depending on the brand you use. So I'm just going to whisk this together. All right, now we need some breadcrumbs. So let's make our own. And we're using 3 slices of hearty white sandwich bread. I've gone ahead and torn these into smaller pieces, put it in the food processor. Now, recipes made with only breadcrumbs, we found them to be a little bit too sweet. So we wanted to add something that was salty and would take away from some of that sweetness. So we're using saltine crackers in addition to bread. This is 16 saltine crackers. Going to add some really good crisp texture and, of course, some seasoning. So now I'm just going to pulse this until the crumbs are pretty fine. All right, so there we go. And now I'll go ahead and put this right into our dish. So let's get back to the pork. Now you can see that it's glistening a little bit, and that's because the salt has pulled out a little bit of the moisture from the pork. That's great. We're going to use that to get the flour to stick to the pork. So we'll just dredge it. You want to get rid of any excess flour. And now it goes right into our mayonnaise and egg coating. It's nice and thick. Make sure it's coated. Shake off the excess, and then into the breadcrumbs. I can now spoon some of these breadcrumbs on top, and I'm going to press the crumbs onto the cutlets, shake it off, and then put these on a wire rack that I've set over a rimmed baking sheet. So I'm going to continue with the remaining pieces. And then these need to sit for at least 5 minutes. You can actually do this up to an hour in advance and store them in the fridge. And during that time, that moisture from the pork is going to come out and create kind of a glue to help those breadcrumbs stick. So I'll finish this up, wait 5 minutes, and then it's fry time. So the cutlets have waited 5 minutes. That breadcrumb coating is going to stick nicely. Now I've gone ahead and heated up a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil in my large 12-inch nonstick skillet here. We're only going to cook these 2 at a time because that's all that's going to fit into the pan. Now the oil is just shimmering. I've heated it over medium heat, so it's time to add 2 cutlets. Now when you're laying food into hot oil, you always want to put it away from you. So these are going to cook for 2 minutes on each side. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to take a peek on the bottom here. Oh, nice golden brown. And I'm using tongs and a little spatula here so that I don't get a lot of splatter. That is a beautiful golden brown. So we're going to let that go for another 2 minutes on the second side. All right, let's take a look at that second side. Gorgeous color there. All right, these are ready to come out of the pan. I'm going to put them on a paper towel lined platter here. I mean, look at that breading. That is gorgeous. We do have some spent oil in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the oil right in here. Take some paper towels and my tongs and wipe out the skillet. So I've got a ½ cup more of the vegetable oil, and again, I'm going to heat it over medium heat until it's shimmering, and it shouldn't take that long because the pan is really hot at this point. All right, 2 minutes aside, just like the first batch. Well, I finished that second batch of pork cutlets. If you want to make these a little ahead of time, you could keep them warm in a 200-degree oven, but I think it's time to make a sandwich out of this. Lettuce is traditional for an Iowa skinny, and iceberg is traditional for an Iowa skinny. So I just need to core the lettuce, and this is something that my mom used to let my sister and I do when we were kids. Whoever got to core the iceberg, that was a big highlight. You just take it and you slam it, core side down, on your countertop or your board, and then it comes right out. So now I just need to get rid of anything that's a little bit shaggy on the outside. And now I just need a quarter for our sandwiches. We're not going to go too crazy with the vegetables here. And then I'm just going to take my knife and shred it to nice thin tendrils. We have all the food groups here. We have meat, we have starch, we have vegetable, and we have fruit. It's all you could ever want, right? So I'm going to start off with another vegetable, potato buns. You want to use a nice, soft, squishy roll here. All right, and this looks like a beautiful cutlet. I'm going to shingle a little bit of tomato right there, some lettuce on top, and promised you more mayonnaise, you get more mayonnaise. The Iowa Skinny in all of its beautiful fried pork tenderloin goodness. I'm going to cut into it so you can see what's going on the inside. Come on now. That's a good looking sandwich. Well, there's only one way to be sure. That breading is so light, it's almost flaky, but it's really well seasoned too. And the pork is well seasoned, incredibly tender too. It is crunchy, it's perfection. To make these great sandwiches at home, dredge pork cutlets into egg and mayo, coat with a mixture of breadcrumbs and crushed saltines, and use fresh oil between each batch. So from Cook's Country, blue ribbon worthy pork tenderloin sandwiches, AKA crispy Iowa Skinny. Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.